Am I overreacting? That's what we're going to be discussing today, as people on Reddit have been asking, and we're going to give them the answer. Am I overreacting for getting upset my dad cropped my wife out of our baby announcement post? Oh, we're starting strong tonight, folks. Very strong. We just had our first baby. My wife, 30 female, and I, 31 male, took a picture together holding the baby for the official announcement. I sent it to my parents and said they could share it. My dad posted a cropped version with just me and the baby. When my wife noticed, she asked if it was a mistake. I called my dad and he said, well, I figured people would only care about the bloodline stuff anyway. My wife is not white. For context, I am. She was devastated. I told him that was disrespectful and racist. He said I was making drama over a photo. My mom is saying he meant no harm and I'm blowing it up. But it doesn't feel like just a photo. Am I overreacting for making this a big deal? I don't think so. I feel like your dad is overreacting, you know, for cropping out the person that has carried his grandchild for the last 9 months. I feel like she deserves to be in the photo for that personally. You know, she kind of just makes it over the line. She just got there in the end. You know, she's just done enough. To me, this just says that either, you know, like what you're alluding to here, that your dad is racist, or he's just not, like, proud of your wife. Like, I don't know what the context is here. I don't know if we've got all the context and he's just not a very nice man. The fact his excuse is, well, I figured people only care about the bloodline stuff anyway. Like, what sort of excuse is that? That's like my dog ate my homework level of excuse. Oh yeah, I just thought, you know, the family just, obviously, like, I didn't think that our family would want to see like a picture with your wife in, so I just thought I'd cut her out, you know, save everyone the hassle of looking at her. Like, of course they would want to. If anything, they'd be intrigued to see what like your son's wife looks like if they haven't seen her before. Surely this is just so weird as well. I'm trying to picture the photo because you'd be able to see like a hand, you'd be able to see something of her, so it's clear that it's being cropped. Such a weird thing to post. You are not overreacting at all, and I'm glad that you called him out on it as well, because clearly your wife is devastated over it. The top comment is, protect your wife from the racism of your parents. What your dad did is unacceptable and your mother excusing it makes her complicit. Exactly. The mom's like, oh, you know, well, it's just dad being dad. Fuck dad being dad. That's his bloody wife. If anything, she should be the biggest person in the photo. Am I overreacting for walking out of my own birthday dinner after my boyfriend surprised me with his ex as a guest? On your birthday? On any day, it's, you know, it's foul enough just off the headline. But on your birthday, if there's one day you don't do that, it's your birthday. I, 26 female, just had my birthday dinner last weekend. My boyfriend, 28 male, organised it at my favourite restaurant and told me it would be small and intimate. I know all about being small and intimate, thank you very much. That was weird. When I showed up, I was happy to see a few close friends and family. About halfway through the meal, my boyfriend shows up late with his ex, 29 female, in tow. Already, like, why is your boyfriend joining halfway through? Like, what is this, a Royal Rumble, or people just coming in, like, when they want? I get you don't want to be the first person at a birthday party, but when it's a meal, you just arrive for the time. Surely the starters and everything have came out now. Like, is he just coming for the main course? This is such a weird time to arrive. Especially if he's, like, the one who's organised it. Surely he should be the first one there. And then bring in the ex. Oh, God, I've lost my head. Head's gone. The game's gone. He introduced her to everyone as a good friend and insisted she join our table. I'd be like, you can right off. Hey, I'll tell her. I was shocked, especially since I've told him before that I'm uncomfortable with how close they still are. They text and hang out sometimes, which already annoys me, but he says they're just friends. Just friends, are they? Just friends that turn up fashionably late to a birthday, are they? It seems more than just friends to me, it does. His ex acted super friendly and kept making jokes about the good old days. Did she? That's nice of her. What a woman. With my boyfriend, even bringing up inside jokes I've never heard of. Everyone at the table seemed awkward, but tried to brush it off. After about 20 minutes of this, I couldn't take it anymore and told my boyfriend I needed some air. How are you supposed to breathe without air, love? Jordan Sparks, what a classic. I ended up calling an Uber and going home. At your own birthday? Sorry, I'm keep interrupting. He's furious with me for making a scene. And his mom, who was there, called me immature for leaving my own party. Now he's not talking to me and says I overreacted and embarrassed him. Was I really that out of line for walking out? Am I overreacting? Or was this actually as weird as it felt? Oh my god, you're getting gaslighted like left, right and centre. What is going on here, love? No, you're not overreacting. I would feel the same. Also, every single person you've mentioned who is at your, you know, your small and intimate dinner isn't even a part of like your immediate family. Like, it seems like most of the people here are who your boyfriend knows. Which, you know, that might be because, you know, you're just close to him and you're not really close to anyone else. I understand that. But it seems like your entire birthday is about him. Like, not only is he bringing people that you don't want there, especially his ex, he's turning up midway through, so he hasn't even give you the respect to, you know, like, be you at your birthday party from the very start. Like, if there's one person that should be there from the start, it's your partner. Like, surely you would go together. Surely he wouldn't turn up with his ex. Like, what is this? This is some sort of WWE storyline here, and not a good one. It's also the fact that you've said here, you've given us a little bit of context of saying that you're not comfortable that he still hangs around with his ex. Like, and you've repeated this loads of times, and he knows this. And then he's still not told you, and then brought his ex to your birthday party. I feel like you haven't overreacted enough. At this point, I don't want to tell you what to do, but I feel like I would break up with this person, because I feel like it's just like total disrespect. Like, this person isn't treating you like a person, they're just treating you as if like, oh yeah, you know, whatever. It's nice that they organised it for you, but I still feel like that's the bare minimum, I'm afraid. Like, I feel like this person isn't a very nice person that you're with. You're not overreacting, okay? Am I overreacting? My boyfriend peed on me during sex. Oh, you're joking, aren't you? Oh, you've got to be having us on, love. No, it can't be. The world's gone mad. What are we even using toilets for anymore? Clearly not for what they're supposed to be used for. Who pees on people? Seriously. So basically, me and my boyfriend were having... Don't know why I paused there. These videos always get demonetized. And I guess he couldn't hold it in. I don't really know, but all of a sudden, I feel this weird warm pressure, and it's now dripping out of my vagina. Right. Can you be a bit more specific next time, love? Or just really paint the picture a little bit more. I thought I was peeing, so I scoot back and my boyfriend is literally just peeing on my bed and on my leg, looking at me like I did something. Dude, you peed. Dude. He then says he doesn't know why it was such a big deal when we were both gonna take a shower anyway. Because that's f***ing disgusting. Am I overreacting? It's not such a big deal. We're just gonna have a shower after. Oh, that's okay then. Don't mind if I just squat down and have a will you? We're gonna have a shower after. Oh, love, do you mind if I just stab you in the stomach? We're gonna have a shower after. Oh, love, do you mind if I just eat a tuna jacket potato on your stomach? We're gonna have a shower after. You can't just use that. You've just on someone. Right, I know some people, right? I think some people are into this. I don't know. Haven't came across anyone that is. But if some people are interested in, you know, alleviating themselves into other people, by basically just say have a pick, having a pick on someone. If people are into that, right, you do you, okay? But I feel like you need consent for that. If I was in bed with Chloe and I just picked at her, nah, that's not gonna go down well. That's not gonna go down well. I think I would feel the worst, you know. I'd be like, oh, I just feel terrible for this. Literally just picked at my girlfriend. This is a low point personally. Because, as well, right, you're gonna have to replace the sheets. You're not gonna slip in pissy sheets, are you? Realistically. No one wants to sleep in pissy sheets. And also, like, you've also kind of wet the bed. Like, this counts as wetting the bed, in my opinion, which is a little bit of an ick. Like, your fella wets the bed. Unless it's, you know, medically, it's obviously, it's impossible not to, then that's fine, you get a pass. Also, like, you know, if you haven't discussed this, and, like, he's never done this before, where's he picked this up from? You know, like, has he been talking about this with his mates? Has he, you know, watched videos that they've done that, and he's went, I'm gonna try that next time? Like, what has made him think that, oh, yeah, this is just completely fine for us, just a piss now? You know, as someone that you know, owns a piece, weird way to phrase that. You know when you know the difference. You just do. Like, it doesn't feel the same. You know very clearly when you're going to piss. He did this on purpose. This wasn't an accident. Also, it's just like you're basically just a dog. You know, that's what dogs do. The piss on things to, like, mark the territory. Maybe that's what he's doing. I'm trying to see this from his point of view. Maybe he's just trying to make people know, you know, like, I've pissed on this one. This one's mine. Stay away from her. Okay. She's got my scent on her. She's been in the shower. Still on her. Right, I've pissed on her. So, yeah, he should have waited till the shower. Did he clean up the bed at least? That is pretty disgusting. Yeah, it is pretty disgusting, can't lie. The person who wrote this post actually replied to that comment I've just read out. No, after that, he acted like I was the one who pissed on him. Well, he got things together. He was saying I was doing too much and his previous relationship didn't have a problem with it. I was just appalled because he's never done this to me before, let alone asked me or brought it up. We've just been dry texted. Not so dry anymore. It seems it really turned him off that I was disgusted by his piss. What a shame, what a shame. Oh, you've turned... What, you don't like us pissing on you? Ooh, that's a turn off. Ooh, red flag. Oh, someone's getting the ick. What kind of an excuse is that? Oh, yeah, well, my previous partners liked it. Yeah, well, I'm not your previous partners. Right, there's a reason why you broke up with them. Okay, I'm a new person. Yeah, actually, my last girlfriend actually really enjoyed my piss. So, should I just go back with her, should I? Because you don't like it, obviously. Such a weird thing to say. Like, why would that be your defense? I really need his exes to confirm this. I really wish they found this Reddit thread and be like, actually, he used the same trick on me. I didn't like it either. Also, to on someone and then blame it on the other person, that's some sort of like psychopathic behavior there. How can you on someone and convince them that it was there? You're not overreacting, love. If anything, again, I'd probably dump him. Would I? It's in the reaction where I'd dump him. You know, if he continues to kind of, you know, just not take accountability for pissing on you, probably would, you know, consider where this relationship is headed. Am I overreacting? My grandparents sent me this letter. So just for a little bit of context, the person who is writing this is trans, so I feel like we need this context when we read this. We were shocked and dismayed by the news that you are wanting to change your gender and name. We would implore you not to proceed as far as sex change surgery. This would be an irreversible action, which I am sure you would in time regret. The very least of the objections would be that you would never experience satisfaction. Grandma! Why do you care if I'm getting satisfaction from that? I don't even want you to know that I do that. Either as a man or as a woman. Very passive-aggressive there with the inverted commas. No matter what your experiences and feelings have been, the plain fact is that you were born to be a man and not even surgery or hormone treatments can change your chromosomes. There are already reports of many people who say their gender reassignment was the worst thing they could have done and blame the people who led them to that decision. Yeah, but there's also a lot of people that would say it's the best thing they've ever done. So, you know, you're kind of just already, this first paragraph is completely biased by your own views, not by a collective kind of worldwide view here. If people had mistaken you for a girl, that would certainly be embarrassing. The solution is not to confirm or encourage their mistakes, but to ask yourself, why would they think that? You seem willing to go to great and extreme lengths to make the change, but would you put any effort into being manly? I do not mean trucks and guns and bad jokes and macho behaviour, but to become a normal and godly man. True manliness is in all areas of life: physical, mental, spiritual, actions, attitudes, words, respect for women, protectiveness. What are they going on about, man? They've even got bullet points. Let's read the bullet points. I have a proposal which we would be very willing to do with you. If you would come to our home for at least 3 months, we would do many things with you that I believe could change you, your attitude, even your physique completely. This would include... It's not gonna go well. Digging fence posts and running wire fence. Cutting, trimming trees and branches. Lumber planning. Building projects or household repairs. Zero-turn mower. Tractors with front ends, loaders, pallet forks. Helping me make kitchen cabinets. Wait, so does, like, do these grandparents think if they make their, you know, their grandchild dig fence posts, that's gonna make them reconsider, you know, getting this surgery? I feel like it wouldn't at all. Are you expecting them to, you know, like, just dig the fence and be like, actually, I think I am a man, actually? This just makes no sense at all. Where's the correlation here? You're not even trying to be helpful. The way that you've spoke straight away, your tone is just very, like, just very bad. Like, if I was... Also, right, even without just reading this, the fact they went into Microsoft Word or whatever program they've used for this, actually typed this out, printed it out. There's various stages they have to go through where they can consider whether this is like a morally correct thing to do. And then they've actually handed this to their grandchild. This is just so weird. There's another page, but I just don't really want to read it out because I feel like it's just going to be horrific. What I'll do is I'll leave it on screen, and if you want to pause this video to read the rest, go for it. What's also pretty horrific is, in the context, they've said, my family has been mixed on this letter, but my father has been in full agreement with them on this. Which, like, could you imagine how this makes that person feel? You know, like, they feel a certain way. They feel like, they, you know, they're meant to be a certain gender, which already is just, you know, just so... like overwhelming for them, like all the emotions they're probably feeling. It's hard enough just having to deal with this themselves. Not only this, but they've got their grandparents thinking they know best for them and being really horrific with like a letter, and then the dad agrees with them as well. So like your entire family is kind of against you, so you've got that on top of what you're already feeling. This person must feel really lonely, and I really hope that the mother or someone else in the family or the friends are there for them, because, you know, this is really not a nice environment for this person to be in. You haven't really said that you've overreacted, so I don't even think you have reacted at all. So what I would think, like the you know, the course of action here is either cut contact with your grandparents, or I don't even know, because it just seems like you can't change their mind. I don't know if it's because they're of a certain age, and you know, like when people are a certain age, sometimes, not everyone, but sometimes they're like, oh, I can't change myself now. Like sometimes they just don't want to hear. It's not like they're just not willing to listen, which is like the hardest thing. I don't really know what advice to give you because I've never been through this, but just know that, you know, there is thousands of people that would be there for you, because clearly your grandparents aren't. They think they are, but they're not. They're really not. Am I overreacting? My husband is a well, I don't think you're overreacting, love. Right, writing a Reddit thread is probably the least you should be doing right now. Like, what? I am a 28 female, and my husband is a 32 male. I've always suspected since recently that my husband has been messaging with other women because he was becoming a little distant, but I've never actually caught him in the act until now. While he was in the shower, I managed to go through his phone and found out he was messaging with underage teen girls. I'm not sure what I should do. It's been a few days since I found this out. I can barely even sleep next to him at night. I'm not sure if he has done anything with them. Should I report it to the police? Should I confront him about it? I'm just really shocked and disgusted about this whole thing. I thought I married was not the man I thought. Wow, okay, it's not the man I thought. The way they've worded that's weird. They've also put an edit which has got more context. We have 3 children, 2 girls, 1 boy. We have been married for 9 years. The messages are on Snapchat and on 2 apps called Yubo and Wiz. On Yubo and Wiz, he has his age set to 17, which only shows people that are 18 and under. Oh, this is dark. A 32-year-old man pretending to be 17. The message is mainly just him asking where they live, are they virgins, and saying they were pretty and giving compliments. I wasn't able to send screenshots to read all of the messages because by that time, when I went on his phone and realised he had got out the shower, I will use my next opportunity to take pictures and go through the majority of the conversation. This is one of the most horrific things that I've ever read on like this series. There's so much to kind of consider here, because like if you confront him about it straight away, which you know you obviously want to, and you know everyone would want to in this situation, he could very easily just go and clear all of the, I guess, the evidence that he wants to. I don't know how these apps work, but like I don't know if he just deletes them. So I think you're doing the right thing in terms of like taking photos of it, like so that he can't deny it and kind of gaslight his way out of it. One thing that I would really worry about is, like, it's horrible to say, but like your own children, like you have children in the house, you know, and that would instantly be a worry of mine, like, are my own kids safe? And this is just like it's just turning your whole life upside down. The effect that this is going to have on you and your family, like, this is probably going to take years to recover from. Like, this is one of the most horrific things that someone can do, and obviously do to their family. I really feel bad for the people that he's messaging as well. Like, obviously they don't know that that is who this person really is. He's probably got a fake profile or whatever. And also, you know, someone that has like openly talked about getting tricked by someone like this. It's just like triggering, you know, like it's really, this is, you know, it gets us annoyed because it's really, you know, it's the fact that people can do this to people, and you know, the fact you saw the messages he sent, they're really, really horrific. And these kids that are receiving these messages, you know, when they find out that this person they're speaking to isn't the person they thought it was, that's going to have a detrimental effect on their life moving forward, and it's going to take them time to recover from. This person doing this is hurting so many people, and it's just not fair. They've also done another edit. I met my husband when I was 18, when we were both in college. Around my second year of college, he convinced me to drop out of college and become a stay-at-home man, and he would be financially supporting all 3 of us when I had got pregnant with our son. So that's what I did. We then got married when I was 20, and I got pregnant with our first daughter. I haven't worked a real job since 19 or 20. Literally everything we own is in his name. I don't really have anywhere to go. Not sure what will happen if he goes to jail, because I cannot financially support or afford the house, car, or even phone bills that we have. Oh my God. See, this is even darker as well. Because, you know, a lot of people, I've talked about this quite a few times especially on my other channel. People look at stay-at-home moms and think, oh my God, that's like the dream life or whatever. But like they look after, you know, the kids all day. They don't get a break from the kids really, unless, you know, they have like a hobby that, you know, they end up doing. Like they're in the house 24/7. Yes, they don't have to work a job that they might not enjoy, but like, you know, this woman dropped out of college, which could have led to, you know, a possible career for the sake of her family and for the sake of, she basically put all of her eggs in her husband's basket and was like, yeah, okay, like I'm committing my future to you. You're going to provide for us, but, you know, we're in this for the long run. And the fact that he's like, again, take away how stupid this sounds, take away the fact he's messaging underage people, the fact he would even cheat in general is bad enough, but the fact it's underage, like this is just turning his entire family's life like upside down. Oh my God, this guy, man. Because yeah, this person who's wrote this out has to think like, well, okay, how do I plan this so that financially we're going to be okay? Like, I don't know in the court of law like how it works out with if they get the house or, you know, they get a certain portion of money or whatever in the divorce, but this is a really, really horrific situation, especially when it's not your fault that you've been put in this. Like, this is someone else's doing and it's turned your life like upside down. I really, really feel bad for this person. So it goes without saying you are not overreacting here. I feel like, you know, you're actually keeping your cool a lot more than a lot of other people would do. Moving on, a bit more of a light-hearted one. Am I overreacting? Now, before we see the photos, I'm just going to read the context, okay? Brace yourself. I am so thankful for Reddit because I could never share this anywhere else in my real life. I am so embarrassed. So I go on a first date with this dude I've known for a long time. We were just friends for years and never really hung out in private. I recently went through the worst breakup of my life, not ready to meet new people, so I give this dude a chance. Was this dude just like waiting for this chance? We had a nice dinner, we had some nice drinks, and he mentioned that he had a Super Mario at his place. I love Super Mario and it's been a while. I was feeling relaxed enough, so we go to his place and I was there for several hours playing the game, hanging out, listening to music and whatnot. It wasn't bad. I even mentioned, yeah, you can tell a woman hasn't been here, but you are pretty clean. Pretty clean, not really clean. Until I went to use the restroom. I ran so far, so fast. Like, who even lives like that? What man would think any woman would be okay with that? I threw up in my mouth. I never want to speak to this dude ever again. My life is altered because I had to see that in person. He keeps calling me from a private number now because I blocked him on everything. Now you're probably wondering, how bad are these photos? They can't be that bad. Can they? Oh my bloody hell. Sorry, is that the new set for the new Soul movie? Did they film the human centipede here? How many people have been tortured in this dungeon? What is that? What is that? Is that a shower? Like, imagine going into your shower and every single time you come out, you're dirtier than what you went in. You can see the marks where he stands as well. Like, you can see that he kind of just stays in the same place. Like, just wipe it. It's the fact you've got a plunger as well. Like right there, is just in like hand distance for you. So how often do you use that? You know, is he using it every day? Is this getting? That's probably why it's so dirty. It probably gets blocked all the time. Because if you look here, the drainage system mustn't be that great because it overspills all the time into here, and the amount of rust that is under here. This is bad. This is why you just can't trust people, man. You cannot trust them. Oh, there's a second. I thought it would be better the second time. It wasn't. I'll try a third. Oh, no, it doesn't gets worse. Jesus, Mary, Joseph, you've got to be a wrongin' for this, man. In fact, you've went on a date with this person and you never knew that their butthole's going to be crusty that entire time. Like, with a scratch in the butt quite a bit. This is just wrong, man. It's on the toilet lid. For Christ's sake. The amount of power this guy must generate from his rear end. Like, how does it get so hard? Brothers, like, he could dunk just off having just gets turbo boost off it. I'd be surprised if this guy can't fly. It's the fact, like, sorry if you're eating. I'm so sorry. It's the fact that it's different colours. Like, you know, old poop is mixing with new poop. This is, shouldn't really be analysing his poop game, but you know what I mean. It's just the fact that there's, like, you know, it's been here for quite a while. This is disgusting. Especially, right? Do you know, if you're going on a date and the sheer possibility, you're not expecting it, they might come back to your house if you're the only person with your own place, okay? So it's the fact that this is probably his house at the cleanest, right? I don't know why he didn't think, oh, maybe I should just, you know, wipe all me skiddies off the toilet just in case she wants to use the toilet if she's going to be here for several hours. It does alarm us that thought didn't cross his mind, but what was this place like before? That's what I want to know. There's no excuse for this, by the way. Like, no excuse. You got someone coming over, or just in general, right? Just in general. I've got a question. What would you rather do? Would you rather have a shower at this guy's place, or would you rather have a sit-down wee? Right, let me know. Am I overreacting? I think I'm being assaulted. Right. Just a light one then. 13. Oh, female, live with my father, 42 male. He always smacks my ass or hits me on the head. He also makes comments like, that's my butt, I made it, I can touch it if I want, and it makes me uncomfortable as hell. I've tried telling him to stop, but he won't listen. Is this assault? What should I do? Update, I told my mom and she called the police. They're on their way. Got another update as well. Cops arrived, talked to me and my siblings and sent me home with my mom. Case was opened and whether or not I go back is up to CPS. Okay. I wanted to read out the updates and everything before I give my opinion on this. You've definitely done the right thing. If you've made it clear that you're uncomfortable with this, and he's always doing it, this is like a abuse of power. You know, especially like you're 13 and he's 42. Like, he shouldn't really be slapping you on the arse. Like, it's just... Like, why? Like, why? And he knows it makes you uncomfortable. Like, he gets off on it. That's real. We're in really, really horrible territory here. Because if this wasn't your dad, okay, and this was any other adult doing this, you would not even question if this was SA. You'd be like, yeah, this is definitely it. But because it's your dad, you, in your head, you're like, oh well, he's my dad, like he wouldn't want to hurt me, which like knacks up your moral compass in your head, and it knacks up like, you know, your whole logic of thinking, because you're emotionally involved in the situation. You want to believe that this isn't true. So this is what makes this so much darker, because your dad's kind of manipulating you into thinking this is okay, when in reality this is like one of the most disgusting things ever. I'm just so glad that you know, like how strong you are that you were able to tell your mom. Like, this might seem like a little thing, but the fact that, you know, you didn't just put up with it, you were like, no, like I know this is not, especially at 30, like I believe this is wrong. I'm gonna tell someone about it. Like, you've cut this off. I don't know how long this has been going on, but you've cut this off like early, and it before it's like got worse, if it was gonna get worse. You need to like give yourself a pat on the back for that, because like you're so strong of being able to just tell people, because going through something like this, it often makes you feel isolated and alone, and you know, it makes you think like, oh, if I tell someone, is that embarrassing? Because especially when it's your own dad, you're like, am I embarrassing? Like, this is my dad, like am I being you're gonna constantly think you're being stupid. But the fact you've got over that hurdle and actually told someone, again, just, you should be proud of yourself. Yeah, the top comment is basically saying the same thing. It is absolutely not okay for any adult, especially a parent, to touch you like that or make those kind of comments. Your body belongs to you, not him, no matter who made it. Yeah, that's like the weirdest comment. Like, what do you mean you made it? Like, realistically, like, what did you do? Like, realistically, like, you slept with her mother. Like, if anything, if anyone's made the baby, it's the mom. You know, your job was done, you know, at the very start. Not that if he was right, it would make it better. I'm just saying, it doesn't even have that. I know a lot of people that watch these videos, like, I often get messages. You know, you're going through some whatever it is in your life, you know, it might not be this, but you know, you can draw comparisons or whatever. Tell someone, like, if this is you, just tell. And I know it's easy for me to say, but anyone, if you're thinking about it in your own head, you're only getting one opinion. Because you're emotionally involved in the situation, you can't actually think of it logically. Some people can, but it's really, really, really hard. And sometimes just telling someone who isn't emotionally involved in the situation and can see it for what it truly is and has no loyalties in this is like a godsend, and can really, like, you know, make you actually understand if you're going through something really bad. I can't stress that enough. It's like, it's the most important thing to do. It's always the thing that people say, like, oh, like, yeah, just talk to someone. But it's because it actually works. As long as the person, you know, you can trust the person. You need to trust the person. That's the most important thing. Don't tell someone that's going to go and tell your dad if you're this person in this scenario. But no, again, I don't even need to say this. You're not overreacting. Am I overreacting? One date. One. This was 2 days after we met, and you know, it's just Madison is FaceTimed and called all in the same day. There's like numbers next to some of them, so like 4 times at once. Yeah. Right, this is too much. Personally, this is too much for me. Like, at least it shows interest. I'll give it that. I'd be like, wow, like, I must have been great on the first day, you know? They're just so keen. But it's a little bit too keen, right? Like, you know, in this stage, you're still kind of, you know, you're still, like, trying to, I guess, play it hard to get. You're still like, yeah, I'm not interested, when you're really interested. Like, they'll message you, and you'd be like, oh, I'll just give it 3 minutes so they don't think I'm a freak and have been waiting by the phone for them to text us. You know what I mean? You just give it a couple of minutes so you, like, seem really cool, and it's like, oh, yeah, I'm just whatever. At least that's what I do. Am I a freak? Please tell me someone else does that. We have a little bit more context. We went on one date. It was fun. Enjoyed it. This was 2 days after I said I was with friends. He lost it. Lost it. I also have 5 voicemails from this person. Yes, he is a male. I'm overwhelmed and he doesn't understand why this is too much. This is too much. This is given like almost stalker behavior. This would be too much even if you were in a relationship. Unless there's an emergency. An emergency where you really need to get in contact with them, then this would be fair. But also, all of these calls in the same day and, you know, multiple at one time, clearly they're busy or they don't want to speak to you. How, from Madison's point of view, what do they think is going to happen here? Does he think by the 100th call you're going to answer and be like, oh, you're right, are you trying to get in contact? Like, it's so weird. So weird. One positive, though, I will say, is at least you found this out straight away. Okay, before you've went on a second date with this person. Because, you know, you could have been further down the line and actually found out that they're a little bit of a, you know, a little bit of a stalker creep. And then that would have just been harder to cut contact. Now you can just do it at the source. You're not overreacting. A lot of these, like, am I overreacting? The people don't actually overreact at all. It's just like they kind of just want advice, but I kind of rate it. Am I overreacting for asking my boyfriend's mom to stop calling me the backup plan at dinner? Oh, what? Oh, God. This is my son, Jim. That's the backup plan. You don't need to know her name. She'll not be around for long. My boyfriend, 26 male, and I, 24 female, have been dating for a little over a year. His mom never liked me, and she's made that weirdly clear. I try to be polite and not take things personally, but it's starting to wear me down. We were at his parents' house for dinner last weekend. Things were fine until his mom started reminiscing about his first real girlfriend. Saying things like, she was so classy and put together. You know, not everyone has that natural polish. Sorry, if, like, I was, you know, if Chloe's mum or dad, like, was talking about her first boyfriend and said, like, insinuating that I didn't have that natural polish, I would just burst out laughing. I would just be like, sorry, what? Then she smiled at me and added, but you're a solid backup plan. Some men just want simple, and that's okay too. Not gonna lie, this would be my excuse if I was also a girl, to just go up to his mum and be like, no, I wouldn't actually. I wouldn't. I definitely wouldn't do that. I'm just saying if I was a girl, though. I was stunned. I looked at my boyfriend, who just kind of awkwardly chuckled and didn't say anything. So I said, could you please not refer to me as the backup plan? She gave me this innocent look and said, oh, honey, I'm just teasing. Don't be so sensitive. I quietly excused myself and left the table. My boyfriend later told me I overreacted and that I shouldn't let her get under my skin like that. Am I overreacting for standing up for myself? Oh, right. What a bastard of a boyfriend. Your boyfriend's got no nuts. His own mother cut his nuts off. If your boyfriend is not gonna say anything to his mother when she's talking to you like this, then is that really the person that you want to be with? He's openly letting someone disrespect you in front of him, and he just laughs about it. This would tell me that he probably put his mom above you, which, like, obviously when you're in a relationship with someone, you should be someone's first priority. Obviously when you have kids and stuff, you know, stuff obviously changes. But if he's already putting his mom's, like, feelings above yours, like, he would rather not upset his mom and just let you be upset. That's all you need to know. That is all you need to know about this person. Just trying to put myself in this situation. If, like, I was at my mom's house and, you know, she started talking about someone that I'd previously been with in front of Chloe, I'd be like, will you shut up? Like, what are you doing? Like, it's just, like, it's just weird. It's like, the only reason you're bringing this person up and talking about it like this is to somehow embarrass, you know, his current partner. I always think a good way to determine if, you know, you're being disrespectful is think, how would you feel if someone said this to you? And I guarantee if, you know, the mom was you in this situation, she would have overreacted a hell of a lot more than what you did. You know what? You're only here on this planet, I know we're getting deep now, for like a certain amount of time. Okay, you shouldn't spend a single minute with somebody like this who doesn't, like, have you as their first priority, because, you know, like, your time here is precious, right? You're important and you should be made to feel important, and in this relationship you're not made to feel important, so ditch his ass. And if they're like, oh, why are you breaking up with us, just show them this video, just send them this, right? And just say, yeah, this weird bloke with a weird hairline on the internet told us to do it, so I'm gonna do it. But haven't any of the donuts been in this situation? Like, I'm pissed off. Okay, last one. Am I overreacting for locking the bedroom door so my fiance's mom stops sneaking in? Sneaking? You're what? I, 26 female, live with my fiance, 28 male, and his mom. She moved in temporarily after a surgery 9 months ago. She's mostly harmless, but she has this creepy habit of just walking into our bedroom unannounced. Sometimes, even when we're sleeping or I'm changing. I brought it up multiple times and she says, I'm like your second mom. Don't be shy around me. No. That is the funniest thing ever. Nah. Nah, you're alright, love. Nah, honestly, nah. Last week, I finally got fed up and started locking our door at night. She knocked 6 times that first night, saying she needed help with her TV. I told her she'd have to wait until the morning. Sorry, she needs help with her TV. Like, she's been here 9 months. Like, no. To be fair, I'd probably go and help her, like, if that was the only thing, because if she knocks again, I'd just be like, look, is there anything else you're gonna knock for? You don't need to knock anymore. Get in the bed, Doris, and you're staying there. You're watching Only Fools and Horses. You're not leaving that bed, okay? Now she's furious and accusing me of creating division in the house and locking her son away like a prisoner. My fiance says I should have handled it differently, but also agrees it's weird that she won't knock. Still, now the whole house feels tense. Am I overreacting for just wanting some privacy in my own room? First off, like, your fiance says that you should have handled it differently. Why can't he handle it? It's his mom. Like, why do you have to handle this? Why can't he take the blame for locking the room? That's what I would do. This gives us kind of like it's very controlling. It almost makes me think, like, has she only moved in with you guys so she can kind of have some authority still over her son? It's a weird dynamic going on here. It's almost like you're saying her fiance is like, does she feel like she's losing him and this is her way of, like, you know, still having a little bit of a grip on him before, I guess, he is get married? I'm trying to say this from her point of view and I really can't. To knock on your door 6 times in one night. Knock once if you really need help. Twice. If you really need. Not more than twice. Not enough for the TV. If you want to lock the door in your own house, that is fine. Like, it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. Who's paying the bills? You want to lock the door? That's fine. May this life never find me. Ever. Anyway, Donuts, I hope you've enjoyed this video. These are my favourite videos to do because I love just getting into, like, the trenches with it all. If you do want me to, you know, keep doing these videos, please do drop a like on this video. It lets us know that you enjoyed it. And also, like, we've got plenty of these now. They're good to just chill to in the background while you're doing stuff, or, you know, if you just want to, you know, put on the telly, whatever. So enjoy them, Donuts, okay? And thank you very much for watching.
Kirkham, baby.